Hello and welcome to Where the Living Room Used to Be, a podcast about Rhode Island's music scene. What is or was your favorite Rhode Island record store?
That's a tough call. There's been a couple great ones. My first love was In Your Ear on Thayer Street.
Yeah.
It was a long time. That was where I first wandered in and just started buying records based on like how cool the cover looked when I really didn't know anything when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Tom's Tracks, I'll forever remember, also on Thayer Street. But there's been a cool like rebirth of really good record stores. There's Olympic, Analog, Armageddon has always been dope. And there's the Providence Music Library is the one that I recently discovered that I feel like a little funny even about mentioning because I hold that spot so near and dear to my heart. That's
in Olneyville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of just popped up. Weirdly, somebody told me about it in Connecticut. I was at an Atmosphere show in Connecticut, and we went digging before the show, and the owner there, he said, man, you're from Providence Music Library. And it's like, there's no storefront. But yeah, I gotta like be careful about walking into that record store because I'll do damage to my financial.
Okay. Yeah, like you got to go in there with the cash that you can spend.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to support them, but you got to pay the rent too, whatever, right?
Yeah. Serious in there.
Cool. Yeah, you know, honestly, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I mean, everything else that you've named is, you know, I love as well. But yeah, I haven't been able to head over there yet. But it is top of the list to get out there. So
shout out to them. And the first time I walked into, they had like Strange Famous records up on the wall. So I was like, oh shit, y'all are supporting. That's what's up.
That's awesome. What is your favorite Rhode Island drink?
Favorite Rhode Island drink? I like Yacht Club soda.
Cool.
I like grape. I like root beer. I like a number of flavors.
Yeah.
I'm not really an alcohol guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
You know, we got Dells and, you know,
all right.
Waffles and stuff like that as well.
I fuck with Dells. I love coffee milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some good drinks.
We got some good stuff. Yeah, exactly. We can do
and shout to Sean Larkin. Revival Brewing.
Yeah.
They're the shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Rhode Island place? Like your favorite city, town, neighborhood? Beach?
Yeah, that's a tough call. I grew up in Esmond, which is near the North Providence side of. I grew up working at Benny's. My dad worked in the Benny's warehouse. My first job when I was young was in the Benny's warehouse, and then in the stores. So weirdly, there's this little pocket of like Centerdale that feels like the home where I grew up as a kid. So that's always a place that just like driving through there kind of brings me back to my childhood. So, and then, yeah, man, it's hard to say. It's so much of the state. A lot of those like back roads in that area when I first started driving. The first place I could drive to was Lincoln Mall.
Yeah.
And that was where the record store was and the bookstore. And so that was like my whole childhood was just seeing who would take me to Lincoln Mall and to get takes. Yeah. I don't even remember the name of the music store at Lincoln Mall back in the day.
I don't know either. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the internet for me. Lincoln Mall was the internet. It was my gateway to the outside world.
Yeah. Cool. What is your favorite Rhode Island pizza?
It's got to be Caserta's, right? I think it's Caserta's. It's Caserta's.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of memories of my father and his friends. We had a bar in our house. All of my dad's friends would come to our house to drink. And I was the first oldest kid. So they would just like prop me up on a bar stool and I would entertain them. And on late nights they'd stay up and they would either go to New York System or Caserta's.
Yeah.
So that's another one that like brings me back.
The nostalgia of that. Cool.
Yeah.
They've been on a hot streak, I got to say, with this interview. Caserta has been getting some props.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, there's other good pizza spots, but.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good.
Caserta's is uniquely Rhode Island also. Like,
yeah.
I don't know where else in the world to get that exact pizza.
Cool. And last one, what is your favorite Rhode Island event?
Yeah. Well, the Church of Providence was my favorite Rhode Island event.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. That was a monthly event that we threw. I'm not sure what the year was. I have a lot of the posters still up in here.
Yeah.
But, FET basically like hired me one year, and when they were opening and trying to establish themselves as a club, and gave me a kind of built-in budget every month and said, just hire whoever you want, pay whoever you want, divide up this budget among bands or performers.
Yeah.
And so I had been running this tour called The Church of Love and Ruin for a couple of years before that, which was once a year we would tour, basically a short tour through like Providence, Portland, Maine, New York, Boston was usually the extent of it. But we would be like 20 people with the What Cheer Brigade, with burlesque acts, drag acts, crazy like vaudeville hosts. And it was all based on this show I saw out in San Francisco called Tourette's Without Regrets, which was another like variety show.
Yeah.
And the idea is basically like, it's just, there's no consistent, it's a multi-genre, multi-discipline bill, and it's just wild. You can never predict what's going to happen next. And we would intentionally, bill it like that and set up the night like that. We would bring in a wrestling ring into FET, into the big room, and basically the crowd would stand in between the stage and the ring. And then like a band would play on stage, then a wrestling match would happen in the ring. Then a drag act would happen on stage, then a rap battle would happen in the wrestling ring. Then it was meant to just kind of like bewilder the audience.
Yeah.
Just like literally anything could happen next. Who the fuck knows what happens after this? And and they were great shows. They were like, I'm looking at one of my favorite ones that was headlined by Neil Hamburger and featured Psalm One, who's a rapper from Minneapolis, Corey Pescatoro, who is a world accordion champion from Cumberland. Yep. Jim Shorts, the punk band from Providence.
Yep.
And wrestling, and then a rap battle hosted by Sage Francis. And I co-headlined one with Apathy. We had Cool Keith headline one. So we would get like an established headliner, and then just like a wild mix of local acts. And it was great. It was a great opportunity to feature new local talent in a show that wasn't predictable and was super inclusive and open, and they were fun shows.
That's dope. Yeah, I gotta say, that sounds like a fun time, man. So
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Providence is the kind of town where that type of show can do well and jump off.
Yeah, people like awesome wrestling and punk fans and that's cool. Well, thanks so much, Dolan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Nightfall, 5 p.m. Getting dark early, time creeps in, blinds get drawn, hollow-eyed kids blow up when the mind sees red, trying to be the next when you call it quits. Soldier of fortune, the war within, arm yourself with the cause to live, but you're a rabid dog and we're glad that you're dead. They all seem so fraudulent, like they got the keys in the formula, since they got degrees in the fixes, and you just grind your teeth and ball your fists. Recoil, talk that shit, more time wasted is all it is. Wash your face till the faucet drips, you can't leave no trace, nothing special. Sleep all day when you're under pressure, but these hallways all run together in all directions, in all directions, in all directions, all forever. You don't feel that lucky, you don't care that much, you don't make new friends, you don't feel that love. You got 2 ARs, few hundred rounds, and you're about to add that to the memory of bombs buried under this town. your stash and step outside wearing a vest and a badge. Step to the app with an ugly question. Use that gap like a tongue depressor. The streets breed thugs that's unrepentant, but you're gonna teach these punks a lesson. Just came off 3 months suspension for cracking some heads with a service weapon. You told your lieutenant that you felt threatened. Meanwhile, the child wears no expression. His pen with the rose he can hold forever. A cross made of gold gave no protection. The walls of his home bear a lonely echo. A name to remember and a son to let go. You don't feel that sorry. You don't care that much. You can't make new friends. You can't feel their love. So they say goodbye and they sent him down to be kept with the rest in the memory of bombs buried under this town. Place of honor, these are our danger markers. Don't mistake this grave for a monument. Steer clear, don't build off harmony. What we bury down there will remain harmful for 10,000 years long after we're gone. Warning, the threat is active. We left a hazard. The sleep of dragons as deep as we could fathom beneath the flooring. A lake of poison. Beneath that lake lay the bones of warriors. Above that strata is the day's time for you. Back and fully automatics in a middle school corridor. Cut back to the truant officer who shoot black boys in the heat of August and leave them in the street like a piece of garbage. The kids are not alright. They in the sights of target. Our nights are haunted. Their voices call us to incite the chorus and light the torches. Ignite the storefronts as part of the earth now. The price of all this. The evil's old. The evil's timeless. The methods are known. The aggression and violence. They try to contain it. The place they hide it. But it's unstable. And it goes viral. The smoke is rising and we're melting down. Someone down in the basement or get under the ground. Because your life is a second in the memory of bombs buried under this town.
See me, can you tell me a reason why fearing the shadows, the layers, a memory of pain, a memory of pain.
All right, 5. Yeah, we did it.
Nice.
Bam.
Cool. Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.